I wanted to show real quick the way I have for running commands right now. So let's say I have this Guile project over here, and the way I execute it is by executing the main file, which is over there. So to do that, I just run guile main.scm, and here I have the result. Yeah, it's very simple stuff. Now let's say I'm editing it. Let's say I'm on Vim right now, editing the main file, and I want to see if things work. Well, I could execute the command from Vim, and it will give me the result over here. I used to do that a lot. It's not too hard, but it's also not the most efficient way. Anyways, I eventually switched editors and now I'm on Cocoon, so things work a little differently here. And executing that command from Cocoon does not give the same kind of result that you will expect from Vim. So it's not as practical for these situations. So instead what I used to do until very recently was to just open new terminals, which by the way, you can open them with terminal shell, and it opens a shell environment in a separate terminal. And from here you can run again the command to execute the program. Now that's very simple stuff. But the moment I have to do it many times, it just eventually gets annoying, especially when I don't know, let's say I open a new terminal now, I run ls, and now I open a new terminal here, and instead of auto-completing to the last command I did from the previous shell instance, which was a compilation command, now it does ls, which it's annoying. I want to run the same command over and over again, and I don't want to be writing it manually every time. So instead, I found a different way of doing things. Here's the map for it. Every time I press Alt-R, it executes the program, and then it prompts me to press Enter to continue, so I can see the output. And the way this works is very simple. But first of all, it executes make run. Now, make run executes the program. If you don't know what make is, it's basically a utility from Linux that you can just have a make file in every single project you have, and then this will be the things that happen if I write run, and here it says, yep, what it does. It's basically a script. And if anything goes wrong during the execution of the script, it stops everything. And I could, for instance, have a build option as well that was like, I know you cannot compile with Guile, but imagine that you could do it like that. Well, I could just run make build now, and it will compile my program. But of course, I don't really want that right now. Every time I run make run, it's going to execute guile main.scim. So it's very simple stuff. I can have it in every single one of my projects. So yeah, I just have a make file in every single one of my projects, so the command to execute things is always make run. Now, let's say that this program is not just a one-time thing, but it has to stay open. Then I could do terminal make run, and that will execute the program, and it will stay open until the program finishes. In this case, since it's a server, it's not going to finish manually. I'm going to have to stop it myself. Like it's not going to finish automatically. So it's not really a program. I can just open the new terminal every time, and then I'll stop it manually. But let's say I want to run a command like ls. Now if I run ls from here, it's going to immediately close because the process is already terminated and Cocoon sees no point in keeping that open. The problem with that is that I cannot see the results of the execution. For instance, these things that are non-blocking, and as you can see are like immediate, and the program immediately stops. If I run it with a terminal, it's going to immediately close. So that's why I developed a little utility called Qmake. You can find it in my GitHub. Whoops. Where I can just write this, and it's going to work. Like, it's going to execute the program, and then it's going to prompt me to press enter, so I have time to see what the program actually did. So again, that's it's very simple. It's also very easy to configure. Those are the maps that I have for Qmake and the normal terminal version. The normal terminal version will be a one-time thing, and the Qmake version just keeps it open. So yeah, that's the way I run programs now. As another example, I have a project over here that uses makefiles for a different reason. Now, Fennel is a very annoying programming language, because every time you need to compile anything with Fennel, you have to compile every single file manually, convert them into Lua files. So here you see that no, there's only 2 instances of that. There's only 2 commands to compile, and that's because there's only 2 files. But as the project grows larger, this script is going to keep getting larger. So it's good to have it in a make file. So if I now press make, it's going to run these 2 commands, the compilation commands. And if I was to press make run, first of all it will run make, which runs the compilation commands, and then it will execute the whole program with love. So yeah, as I was telling you earlier, makefiles are very practical, and in this case I could just run terminal make run, and it will open the whole project. And the moment I close it, it's also going to close the other terminal. While if I was running it with Qmake, it will prompt me to close the terminal manually. So that's why I have the 2 maps. Depending on the situation, I will either use the quick one or the one that stays. It's also really good to have the prompt option whenever your program can break, because if the program breaks and immediately closes, then you're not going to be able to see the error logs. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope that was useful.